Holy crap! There's a girl's face over here. I never noticed this, that there's a girl over here. I mean, it's not a girl over there, it's a face. A picture. Oh my god, it's not a real girl's face or a girl's face, it's a picture of a girl's face over there. How horrific would that be if it was just like a literal stripped off girl's face plastered to the wall over there? Oh my god, what a nightmare. What a way to begin this video. Hello everyone. Welcome to another Underrail video in the Lottery one-off playlist. So this is going to be an awkward video because I wasn't intending to record it, but it occurred to me that I probably should. Because if nothing else, it gives me a chance to talk with you guys about Underrail for a bit, since you guys seem to be rather... What's the word I'm looking for this? Impressed? I don't know if impressed is the right term. Entertained? Some combination therein. Impertained. In test. That I'm playing the game on hard mode. And doing so rather well with builds that I beat the game on normal mode with some very minor tweaking to them here or there. And I wanted to talk about my experiences now playing on hard for some time together, while we do something that is probably going to require a bit of pausing between combats. In particular, though, I also wanted to drink some cold soda while I played a video game. And that's impossible to do for most of the games I play, because most of the games I'm playing require two hands to play. Can't play an FPS. Well, I guess you could play it with one hand. But that's really awkward. And the same thing with most of the other games I would be playing, like a real-time strategy game, for example, or a racing game, or a behind-the-back of the protagonist, shoulder beat-em-up type of game, or what have you. But Underrail's a turn-based strategy. So I can play this and drink a soda. While I talk with you guys. And the soda will still be cold for like another 10 minutes. Maybe 20. While we play together. And I figured what we can do, since I want to talk and drink and relax at the same time, although this won't be too relaxing, is we can do something I had no intention of doing with Garrett here, but I figured it'd be fun to do on screen with you guys. We would go kill the black crawler together. Now we're playing classic mode. There is no reason for me to go after the black crawler on classic. I don't care about the 3-point oddity he drops. I'm not collecting oddities for experience points here. I don't care about killing death stalkers, of which I think there's 8. I think there's 8 death stalkers and 3 or 4 crawlers in this area. It's a real nightmare. And Garrett's not the best suited for dealing with death stalkers either. But I think he can deal with them. So today we're going to give it a go. So let's go ahead and take a look at them really quick before we get in there. We haven't gotten too far. Well, actually, I've played the game for close to another 30 hours. But a lot of that time, is that right? About like 20 hours. Most of that time has been spent just waiting around for the merchants to recycle their inventory. I am not using the cheat engine with Garrett in my attempt to see how painful it is to play this game without it. And it's not very painful. You just have to either go and do things in the interim that don't involve a lot of selling. So this way you can wait for the merchants to all recycle their inventories. Or you just do what I do, which is I'm working from home. So I program while Garrett hangs out at a bar, waits an hour, and then I go and sell a bunch of stuff to all the merchants and bring them back to the bar and then go back to programming. But let's go ahead and take a look at Garrett really quick so you can see what he's got. This will be a very quick summary, and then we'll go ahead and fight some Death Stalkers. We'll talk about hard mode for a bit, and then we'll wrap up the video. Garrett is now level 25, everyone. Yeah, level 25. This is where his adventure would normally be ending for the leveling portion of it, because level 25 used to be the max level in this game, if I recall correctly. I put that point that I was agonizing about at level 24 into intelligence, after all, to help him with his crafting. For skills, as you can see, the general idea is still the same. Level most of the offensive skills every single level that I'm using, or skills I'm really dependent on for this character, while slightly diverging into more and more points in crafting. My hope is to raise tailoring to level 100. I might just do it next level and put all like 60 or so points I get. Actually, it's just 40 points next level. Is that right? Yeah, it's 40 points per level. I might put all 40 points into tailoring to rush it to 100 as fast as I can get it there, so I can benefit from some amazing armor for both the DLC and for Deep Caverns. But anyway, you've seen him before, so not really much more to say about his skill set. For feats at level 24, I ended up taking Boyer after all. I've been very happy with it, actually, assuming that I'm able to crit the targets that I am shooting at. Foundry. The first time I fired at a Bladeling that I could benefit from ambush with, I remembered suddenly that I can't crit Bladelings, and that, that was a long fight, the very first 2 Bladelings I fought together in the mines, because I wasn't equipped with anything to help me fight them, and I refused to reload and double back to grab some better types of bolts. God, that took forever. I finished expertise on him for specializations. For equipment, still wearing the same galvanic overcoat I've been wearing now for quite some time. I'm hoping to replace this very soon. I think this is a slightly better crossbow? Yes, I know it is, than the one we had used in the past. It's got the extra critical damage bonus because I used Boyer to craft it. Finally, also having completed the Foundry quests, I made myself a Tichrome combat knife. I intend to make a standard Super Steel combat knife once I acquire one more Super Steel refining blueprint. And I already know where I'm going for that one as well. I made myself an okay shield emitter. Still using the same night vision goggles, which reminds me, those are on my bar. Yes, they are. And the best Ninja Tabi boots I can find that are out there at the moment. As for my equipables, shock bolts to stun crawlers at range, if I can do it. Incendiary bolts to set them on fire, if I'm able, if I get lucky enough that I can benefit from ambush against a crawler. And that's to keep them imprisoned in case I don't think I can kill them quickly with my knife. And a taser, which will let me win any Deathstalker encounter, assuming that this actually stuns the foe. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I'll drink some soda first. I should also prepare for this properly. So, Deathstalkers are a interesting enemy to fight as a stealther, because they're very perceptive. But when I'm using these motion tracking goggles here, should be able to find them just before they find me. Assuming that I can get in the darkness very quickly. Alright, let's wait for my stealth to cool down again. The stuff bat should help me with that as well. By the way, here's my stats, and we're probably going to be relying on my dagger for most of this. Okay, so save, stealth, and let's start. Right away, we want to get into a corner. Oh God! Right away, we bumped into a crawler. This is really bad because there's a Deathstalker in this area too. But we're going to kill this thing quick. If I can. Very quick. I don't care about the corpse. I want to live. Okay, cool. Now we can wait here for the stun to go off. Then I'll bandage myself up. And we'll talk for a bit. There we go. Right, so something I meant to talk about when we killed Baylor but I completely forgot was the experience modes in hard mode. Now that I've played Oddity up until I defeated the Okay, I cleared almost everything there was to clear in... Was that right? I did a decent chunk of the DLC and most of the standard game. I had just got through the Lunatic Mall and still have to explore some of Upper Underrail with my Oddity characters and complete all of the university's quests, of which I feel like you really should do them on Oddity mode. There's a good chunk of experience to be had there. Plus, for some of them, like the special hidden oddity in on the island, right? That giant, the dragon statue, the dragon fossil, the bones of that giant, the basilisk or whatever it was. You can't do that. You can't find that if you don't, I believe, do the university's quest, because you're not allowed to talk to any of the sailors to bring you there. So you absolutely should do. You actually should join the university and complete it in Oddity mode. This is too much experience points that you're leaving on the table, I feel, to not do them. But with Garrett on Classic, I have not quite cleared all of Lower Underrail. There's the Ironhead group here I have to kill. There's the group here who has... One of them has a really nice sword, a claymore, which I wouldn't mind getting just for the bragging rights. And there's this connected area. I've done most of the upper caves, but I'm avoiding this area, which I know has a ton of Death Stalkers in it. There's like 10 Death Stalkers in one room here, filled with these pillars. I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. They're not guarding anything important. Even though they are worth some delicious experience points here on Classic mode, I'm probably not doing it. I still have some of the lower caves to explore, the Cave Hopper Graveyard in particular, over in this area. I've done none of Upper Underrail with Garrett, and he has not yet stepped into the DLC, nor has he done, obviously, the water treatment dungeon, or explored any of the waterways in normal Underrail. And we are already almost... we're 1/3 of the way to 26th. On hard mode, there are more enemies present. Often, there are higher tier enemies present, or enemies that don't exist on normal mode. There are these lunatic predators, I think is what they're called, or maybe lurker predators, but I'm pretty sure they're lunatics. And they cast fear on you. In normal mode, I can't think of anything that fears you. I don't think there is. There's people who use Intimidate, but there's no fears that get used. So, in any case, these new enemies and or higher tier enemies are worth more experience points. And so there's more experience points present in the game for you to get on Classic mode. It's wonderful. I think maybe I mentioned it, but I feel that Classic experience mode on hard difficulty really compensates you for the increased difficulty. Oddity has a few unique creatures or encounters that show up in it, which aren't present in normal mode. And some of them have extra oddities, like the two-headed mutant that has a 4-point oddity item on it, but you gotta get lucky enough for it to spawn. Which is, yet again, another thing I wag my finger at for oddity experience point mode, that it requires grinding, or you getting lucky to get the oddity experience in it. I know there's one staring at... I think it's right here in this corner. So if you think it's there, then walk over here. Sorry, I'm holding down tab. Holding down tab to see the outline of the... There they are. Of the Death Stalkers before they see me. Now, if I walk away... I want to still see it. But we also want to know if there's more than one. This is so different. How the turntables have turned. Okay. I can stun you. Actually, I think I do have a 95% chance to hit it with my very first attack. So let's try that. And now it drops to 62. So, I guess, really quick, I'll explain this just in case this is your first time seeing this. When you attack a target and it was unaware of you, I believe you have the highest chance to hit it, 95%, or very close to it, for most of those strikes. Which is to say, one strike. After which it's aware of you, and then it begins to benefit from its dodge and evasion again. So now we're going to stun the Death Stalker. And then we're going to beat it up. Good. And then we bravely run away as fast as we can to the ladder. And let my stealth mode be active again. But first I drink some soda. $157 experience points. Yeah, this isn't worth killing them any longer. When I was first encountering Death Stalkers, they were worth 630? The same amount that the auto turrets were worth. And it was fun to fight them. But very tricky, since I didn't have a taser at the time. I was reliant on flashbangs to do the stuns, or ambush to possibly land a bolt hit on them, and then throw a net to keep them there, and then beat them the hell up. Okay, so that's our first Death Stalker killed. Ooh, hello. Good. We want to make sure that we hit it. Like, I want... Okay. Let's go get it. Let's go get you. Once again. Smack it. Stun it. Kill it. Run! You smack it. You stun it. You stab it. You run. That's it. That's the strat. We're gonna do this for every single Death Stalker. It's weird. It's so weird to do it this way that Garrett has a stealth which is so high. It's high enough that they have just about a slightly worse chance to detect me than I do of them. And if I put on some decent goggles to help me find them quickly, I will find them before they find me, as long as I'm very patient. And this... Oh! No, no, no! No! I'm not stealthed. Okay. Whew. Right, anyway, so... Back to the experience points. I have... Throughout the years of playing this game, I have... What's the best way to describe it? How can I put this in a... Okay, let's start with a statement. I like Oddity Mode. It's a fun, unique way... And we talked about this so many times, but I'm going to talk about it again. It's a fun, unique way to level characters in a video game. I can't think of any other game that does it the way that has a way of leveling that's like Oddity, except for this game. Second, I don't trust this corner. Sorry, I can't talk, everyone. I need to know if there's a Death Stalker staring at me. What? Give me a few minutes here. A few more seconds. Okay, there is not. When you find an oddity, it's the same type of feeling as if you had acquired like a rune in Diablo 2 out of a chest. that other people skipped. It's like getting a rare item, a good rare item, off a boss that you killed in Diablo 2, or any game that's like a loot game, where there's RNG determining the loot tables. It feels good. It satisfies the urge to find a good item. You get it in chunks, so it feels more rewarding than the trickle or stream of experience points you earn on classic mode. And I do really enjoy Oddity. But Oddity's got a few things that I don't like about it as well. The first, and what annoys me about Oddity isn't so much these things, so much as that I don't understand why no one else sees these things. The internet will have you believe that Oddity mode allows you to play the game without killing anything. But that's not the case. In fact, you have to kill even more things in Oddity mode compared to Classic, because you need Oddity items from creatures, and sometimes these Oddity items aren't common drops. Sometimes they're not even uncommon drops. You have to go out of your way to get some of them, like this creature here, the Black Crawler. Drops, and thankfully, actually, it drops a unique Oddity item. It didn't used to. Not until like 1 or 2 patches ago. Was that a Death Stalker right there? No. Okay. I know there's none in this room. 1 second. We're going to clear the room really quick. This is, I think, my very first time clearing this on hard with a stealth character, because Garrett's the first stealth character I'm playing with this game on hard. So it's good to know that there were 2 Death Stalkers and 1 Crawler in this area. The rest come from the cave systems. I'm gonna stay here and stare for a bit. Oddity mode rewards very specific builds more than others. Subterfuge heavy builds that are invested into stealth and perception, in particular, will benefit the most from Oddity mode, as you can reveal secrets, potentially sneak past some enemies in order to get oddities that they might be around, though that's very difficult to do, and impossible for some of them. And also acquire earlier oddities, which are inhackable, lock-pickable, or within certain organization members' pockets. If you don't take pickpocket, I don't know where you get the JKK pen from, for example. Die, Death Stalker! Uh-oh. You got the adrenaline. When we didn't crit after 4 attacks, I knew we were going to need it in order to kill that one. Okay, now we wait till we're no longer fatigued. I'm not saying... another example of something in Oddity is that, as I mentioned, it requires grinding, right? Some creatures don't drop the Oddities very often. And in Classic, for example, there are some creatures you never have to kill. The drillers in those little drill worms in the mines of Foundry. There's no reason to kill them on Classic. They don't give you any experience points. Well, that's not true. You do want to kill them if you have biology, because they drop an item that you can convert to gizzard enzymes, if I recall correctly. But they also drop a 1-point Oddity item on Oddity mode. They drop it fairly frequently. You can probably kill all of them that you find in the mines, and you'll find all 4 of the Oddity points you can study. I have killed all the Bladelings, though, on normal mode, in the mine, and during the encounter with the beast. And I didn't get all 4 of the items. I then cleared the whole mine a second time, 2.5 hours later, when they respawned, and I still didn't get all 4 of the Bladeling 2-point Oddity items. You have to kill all of the Siphoners that you find, hoping that they drop their 1-point Oddity item. I've cleared all of Underrail, of every single Psy Beetle, and didn't get all 3 Psy Beetle brains. Now, that's not a common occurrence. Most of the time, I get what I need, and within a reasonable time frame. But sometimes I don't. In any case, I bring this up because although I've really enjoyed playing Oddity mode with Sly Boots and Lotaeri, I've really enjoyed playing it on Classic now with Garrett, and when we play the game on Hard next year, I will totally play it on Classic mode as well. Oh, I can't believe I'm walking into this place. Okay, we're gonna do this perhaps the wrong way. No, don't do it don't do it that way, Tim. Don't do it that way. So, this is where it gets really dangerous. Because I know there's more Deathstalkers in this small cave system than there was that we've killed so far. We've killed 3 Deathstalkers. I think there's 5 left. And at least 1 more Crawler. Then we have the Black Crawler also in this area. Hard mode has made it impossible for me to enjoy playing normal mode now, viewer. I need to just drink a comforting drop of soda for that statement. Many of the characters that I played through the game on normal, I've deleted their saves because I tried to play through them on normal again, and it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Hard mode is challenging in a way that I don't find normal mode to be anymore, which is exactly the description. Oh God. In hard mode, it says that this is for those who have found normal mode to be too easy. We're gonna do this, everyone. This is probably a gigantic mistake, but we're gonna go for it. Okay, so why is this a gigantic mistake? So first off, there is probably another Stalker staring at me here that doesn't see me yet, but will totally see me when I attack this Deathstalker. We gotta get away from this thing to a spot where we can't be chased. So we're gonna kill this, then run for this door, shut the door, go up the ladder, and then stealth again. That's the plan. Incapacitated. We can hit it again. Then we can stun it. Okay, we need to take an adrenaline, because we're not killing this in 2 more hits. Now we have to run. Oh no! Combat didn't end! This is up. I knew it wasn't going to. I knew it wasn't going to end. Okay, maybe we do fight wherever they are. Oh. No. No, we gotta run. No, please let me up the ladder. So, you gotta be... Just like the vents, you have to be right up against the ladder in order to be able to interact with it. In combat mode. Even though the game tells you can't interact with combat mode. No, that's not true. This is a lie. You can totally interact with the object during combat. You just have to be right up against it. Literally, you can't even be an inch away from it, and you'll be able to interact with it. Okay. That's 4 Death Stalkers, and we know there's at least one more back down there again. Yeah, so hard mode ruined me. Never should have done it. Never should have played on hard, because now it's the mode for me. I'm having a blast most of the time playing the game on hard. There are some encounters that are rather difficult. Or rather, not difficult. I apologize. Well, they are difficult. But I can still win by zoning. And it's tedious to do this. But I can still win. Most of the encounters on hard that have lunatics in them, I find very tedious. Because Garrett's the only one who might not have to. Because we have stealth and traps. But otherwise, for like Lotaeri and Sly, I had the zone multiple times to defeat certain groups of lunatics. Like the group here by the one barrel. In normal mode, I don't think there's... Actually, I think there's one... There might be one here on hard mode too. There's an explosive barrel near them. But on hard, there's like... I think there's 2 more lunatics here. There's a predator and there's a psychopath, I think. And I had to leave the combat, go all the way around, go in through the opposite direction, put some damage on them, leave, go all the way around, put some damage on them. And I had to do this like 10 or 20 times to finally kill them. I had no clue how to do the battle otherwise, because if a single one of them was able to get a single attack off, it certainly felt like, against Boots, he was dead. And Lotaeri struggled as well. That was even with using morphine and trying all the tricks I could think of to help me win those encounters. It was not easy. I am out of stuffed bat. Alright, we'll have perception, which does something similar. You won't have quite as much detection. Hopefully this will do. Now, we don't know where that one Death Stalker went. If it couldn't get through this door, it might have gone all the way around here. And then when combat ended and it couldn't reach me, I think it might still be down here. So we're going to do the really dumb thing. And not... Go! Check for it. There it is. Oh no. No, no, no. No, no, no! 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 Okay. I couldn't enter combat again, which I was trying to do as it got me. I have no clue where it is. We're gonna make a run for it. Okay. We're going to... Oh, no. We have to actually... Oh. Tim. Okay. We can shield. And maybe we'll survive this. Okay, we did. Bandage up. And we're okay. It must have gone... It must have teleported further away from us. Back towards the room. I should have started combat when I did. I just should have started combat, advanced, tried beating it up, shocked it, and then netted it to give me a little bit extra time. That's what I should have done there. Okay, thankfully we didn't die. Let's do this again. We want to get into the shadow as quick as possible. So we know it's in this area, or I suspect it is. I guess I'll describe this a little bit as well, just in case you guys don't know. But I find it hard to believe you wouldn't know. It's detecting stealth in the game. Facing matters. If your back is turned to the enemy that is stealthed, you have a harder time detecting it than if it was in front of you. Light levels matter. The darker it is, the less likely you are to be detected, and the harder time you will have detecting enemies. I believe traps work the same way. So, only there's a certain level at which the trap eventually you might detect it, depending upon what level it is, the difficulty of the trap compared to... I'm messing this up a bit. Things that aren't traps tend to be easier to detect than... harder to detect than traps are. But here in this instance, for example, what you see me doing is slowly advancing and waiting a little bit to see if I can detect the thing, while trying to keep as much area in my line of sight in front of me where I suspect the things are located. I wonder where it teleported to. Or ceiling crawled to. It might have gone over here, but in which case it might not have seen me come down the ladder. Gotcha, bitch! I got you first! This time I was the one to start combat, you jerk. Woo! Oh, wow, that gets the heart pumping. Oh, that was grand. That was grand. Okay. So, what happened? So, it stabbed me here. And then I ran, and it moved over here someplace. After they sting you, they tend to wait one round, at least one round, behind whatever, like the pillar, whatever they decide to choose. It might have gone back here, actually. Or here. Like, they tend to ceiling climb to an area, the closest area they think they can be at, where you currently don't have line of sight to, and they wait there one round for you to for their poison to tick one turn, and then they start moving after you. I think that's what they do. It might be 2 turns that they wait, but I think it's just 1. And so if he teleported over here and I ran, then the next turn begins. He starts and doesn't move. I run. I get stunned. He comes out and doesn't see me. He starts moving towards me, but he's stealthed again, that stalker. So he can't quite get to me thanks to having no movement points. Maybe they have interloper though. I'm not quite sure if they do or don't. In which case he has a little bit of movement points in stealth. But I was able to get up the ladder and stealth again before it was able to reach me. So that's the 5th Death Stalker killed. This is very dangerous what I'm currently doing. But I'm going to try something a little fancy here. Oh, Tim, you better be sure. We'll put down 1 trap. Stalkers have amazing detection, as you've seen. They are able to see me. Sometimes even faster than I can see them. That goes for traps as well, and they won't willingly enter a trap. Nothing will. But if there's the only way to reach you is through a trap, then they might decide to do so. Obviously, there's no talking when we're looking for Death Stalkers. Okay, we're just going to run into these. I don't think there's one here. Okay, there is not. Alright, so I suspect that there are more Death Stalkers. Normally, I would never do what you see me doing and leave 2 traps in a row to create a spot where the Stalkers couldn't move to. But I'm going to do something a little risky. We're going to put some dynamite here. This will make enough noise that the Death Stalkers will want to investigate it. And I think they will walk onto the traps. Okay, here they come. It hit the trap and then immediately stealthed again. But I know it's there. Now he's stuck for 3 turns. Okay, I've seen this happen before and I don't understand why. They don't count as being in ambush, even though I am clearly in the darkness. And they are also clearly lit up. I don't understand why they don't qualify. It's really annoying that this is the case. But we can potentially still deal with them, because most of their evasion is gone. Okay, so that was really bad, because now we cleared a hole for them to come through. So we're going to get more of them, because I know there's more of them here. Let's activate our shield and wait around. Okay, we're going to take some morphine, because we're going to get stabbed in the face. We'll try setting him on fire. Now he's illuminated. I don't know why he's not illuminated until we set him on fire. The flare should totally have illuminated him. Maybe this area is just so dark that a flare doesn't count for illumination. And we need... But... I mean, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. There's another Death Stalker. Okay. We'll run up and stun it. Then we're going to use adrenaline and net it. We'll hit it once. And then try to get in the way of this one. I want this one prevented from running away this turn. And then we can kill this Death Stalker. I took everything we had. Then we uncanny dodge. We move a little bit away. But I want to look in this direction. Okay, so that was... We killed 5, 6, 7, 8. We've killed 8 Death Stalkers. And this is another crawler. Alright. Yep, that tells me that there's another enemy right here somewhere. Because there has to be. Because we had the hourglass. Now, we don't have a good chance to hit the Death Stalker. But we can probably kill the crawler. We did just use uncanny dodge. We're not going to have that next turn. We do, however, have flashbangs currently equipped. Hopefully, this will go where I throw it. Good. Incapacitated him. We run up. Alright, there's another enemy. There's another one somewhere around here. But let's deal with this one at the moment. Oh. Oh. We're dead. Oh, we're dead. Maybe we won't be. We're exhausted. So we didn't have what it took to kill the Death Stalker with one salvo. And there's another. So there's 10 Death Stalkers here. Okay. Wow. Well, we can try running. And hope that because it's stealth, it stays in stealth and isn't able to reach me. Okay, we have to run for the door. But I can't shut the door. Are we dead here? Our shield's in effect. It is a medium, so it will block some damage from the Death Crawler, but not much. Death Crawlers on hard have blind sighting, so it'll do more damage the turn it comes out of stealth. Oh! It didn't have enough action points to attack me, and now I think we win. Ten Deathstalkers, 2 crawlers in this area. Handled with a taser, having a stealth character with decent detection, and knowledge about how Deathstalkers work. That's a lot of fun. But it's not over yet. I don't think there's any more enemies. What was that sound I just made? There's no any more enemies left. I'm sorry, no more enemies left. There's no more crawlers and or Deathstalkers left. The explosion should have made sure that that was all of them. They all should have gone to investigate it. Yeah, my guess is this area is so dark that flares don't illuminate enough of the area for it to be considered illuminated, which is just so weird. That's so weird. But this area is darker than most of the areas in the game, so. What else is there about hard mode? So I was talking about this with Lotaeri during one of the videos. And with Garrett, it's been somewhat noticeable. Oh, we should probably also repair my equipment really quick. Oh, actually not here you don't, just in case you're wrong. Though I would find it very unlikely that there's any more bugs in this area. Money. Money is very hard to come by with, well, is that right? It's very hard to hold on to with Garrett. Garrett has no mercantile, so he's not getting any deals on anything he purchases. He uses crossbows, in particular special bolts. So I spend quite a bit of money on those. It's one of the reasons why I'm glad to have raised my electronics what I did. But it's still expensive, because I need to purchase the equipment to make the bolts I want. Or the materials, that is. Garrett had to, originally, for the first, 16 levels, buy repair kits, and those were expensive, even though we were just using a standard dagger. It all added up. He's got 3,261 charons to his name. Now, well, no, that's a lie. I have 20,000. 10,000 is reserved for a jet ski. 6,000 is reserved for 2 super steel plates. This is all the extra that I have. But I have purchased a bit for my home, though not nearly as much as Lotaeri and Sly, who have finished their home. However, Garrett also still has the DLC and water ski dungeon to do, the water treatment facility. So there's quite a bit of loot to still be had for him. But I find hard mode fun in this regard, because it's more nail-biting upon the decisions I make when it comes to equipment. I'm not just spending money here without concern, because I'm not going to run out on normal mode. As long as I don't spend it on absolutely really frivolous things, I'll be fine. And actually, I suppose on that note, really frivolous things includes anything for your house. Except for the workbenches. But I like doing that anyway. But I find it fun to operate within more and more constraints. And so the increased cost, the decreased funds you acquire by selling things, if you only get half of what you normally would get, is very nice. I like it. Although a part of me does wish that I could still make a tiny profit by buying things and by buying components, crafting something, and then selling it back. But you don't. I tend to just barely break even, or I'm under the cost of the components most of the time. Maybe now crossbows will fetch me a slightly better price since I have Boyer, but I don't think they will. Alright. Well, anyway, guys, we're about to wrap up this video. By taking on the Black Crawler. Let's make sure I got what I want. So this is going to be a little more tricky. Actually, it shouldn't be. We do the same thing. We get down there, we hide in a corner, we hopefully find it before it finds us, and then we just deal with it. We're probably going to start with range, so hopefully my flashbang goes where I want it. Let's do it. We got to get out of the light as fast as possible. Not a sound now. There. It's here. Right there. Okay. Let's try this. So. The Black Crawler has a unique portrait, by the way. Looks amazing, Stig. That looks fantastic. I absolutely love it. This is the only one of these I'm aware of. I think there's more of these in dominating mode. But this is the only one I'm aware of in normal, at least. And I haven't found another one of these on hard so far. How do we start this? This is the best chance we have to hit it. Unless we... Oh, no, actually. Oh, I'm not wearing it. I can't afford to put it on my face. Okay, right. Because I need the detection. Throwing a net at it is not likely to work. Here's what I think we do. We shoot it once with a fire bolt. If that lights it up and sets it on fire, it's going to run, which is still okay because it's also illuminated. And then a second shot might kill it. And hopefully we'll qualify for ambush. If we miss, we can throw a flashbang at it to try to incapacitate it. If that fails, we'll have to morphine because we're probably dying. Okay, it did not set it on fire. Now, I don't trust the percentage any longer. I think it's far worse than this. I'm going to say something that I don't know is true or not, but I think it is. The tooltip for your chance to hit, I don't think updates when something should be gaining evasion and dodge properly. I think our chance to hit this is much worse than 66% at this moment. Let's throw a flashbang. Good. Then we can throw a net. We charge. Oh, I should have thrown the net this turn. I should have thrown the net this turn. Not last turn. Okay, well, live and learn. We are totally using adrenaline. We need the extra action points. We're not killing it this turn. But we still have our taser. Done. Woo! Done! Oh, that was fun! Ah, that was fun. I love crawlers and Death Stalkers. They are some of the most amazing enemies to fight in any game like this. I know they get, supposedly, I know they do indeed get a lot of hatred from a lot of players who just hate them. I love them. They're such a unique enemy. The AI in them, like the way they fight you, is quite unlike anything else that I've encountered in a game like this. I absolutely adore them. They are one of the best enemies in any game of this sort. Now, what did we earn for our trouble? An okay scoped crossbow. We're just going to vendor it. We can break that down. Get some bullets, tranquilizing bolt, incendiary bolt, 2 shock bolts. Looks like you tried to do what I did. Turned out that was not a good idea in the end. This should give us some special blueprints for, yep, for bullets. We already know that. And a... Oh, that's a good... That's going to be worth quite a bit of money, that sniper rifle. That's good. And the crawler with his special tranquilized oddity. This ballistic syringe was a part of what must have been a heavy-duty tranquilizer bolt. It was stuck in a part of the carapace where 2 thoracic segments meet, just barely having missed the actual gap and the softer bits within. You know, I was talking about how much I like working within constraints when a game makes things tougher for me. I think that's also another reason why I do like oddity mode. Because it makes the game tougher. I just wish it didn't take as much grinding. We've already talked about how it would change oddity mode a little bit here or there, but that's not up to debate. There is no modding this game in that way. Also, let me also make sure this gets stated. The game is fine. It doesn't need any of the changes that I would propose. And even though I have complaints about oddity mode, it doesn't need changing. It's fine. You just have to know that what it's going to take, what it means to play the game with that mode enabled, where you might be putting more time into it, and that it makes the game a little tougher for you because of how it works. But it's fine. It's perfectly fine. And I'm done, guys. I didn't talk, I think, nearly about all the stuff I wanted to talk about, but I suppose I just really want to get across that, number one, we're totally playing the game on hard. Number two, I can't play the game on normal anymore. Hard mode has ruined normal mode for me. John Luke showed up. He's a commenter I've seen on several Underrail videos, and so I know he likes watching this stuff. And he mentioned how he would really hope I would play the game on hard, and I just want to mention that I can't play the game on normal. I just can't do it anymore. Hard mode's perfect. I would not recommend anyone start Underrail on hard, though. It took many hours for me to reach this point in the game. So, yeah, definitely wouldn't recommend it for your first playthrough. Maybe for your 4th, after you've gotten really good at the game and understand all the game mechanics. But then you're gonna wind up as one of the insane few who, just like me, have almost 2,000 hours of Underrail played because they absolutely love the combat and the lore and how all these different builds, you can get through the entire game with them, and yet some of them feel completely different than a different build would. Most feel very different than than other builds. It's wonderful. It's not the same thing. You go through the game worrying about different things and trying different strategies on the same encounters and get to watch it work. It's wonderful. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, so definitely playing hard mode next year. Definitely playing classic mode on hard. Going to love every bit of it. Not sure which character I'm going to use yet, because I've liked all the characters so far I've taken into hard mode. But I'll look forward to it then with you guys. Alright, so I'm going to shut up now, stop the video, and I'll probably see you in another one of these, assuming I do another one of these, which I'm totally going to do, in the future. So thanks again, guys, for watching, and I'll see you then. Take care, everyone. My soda.